before it's too late.
A woodland bird that is doing much better is the verve, or black paradise flycatcher. Perhaps the most beautiful of all the Seychelles' rare bird life, the paradise flycatcher is now restricted to the tiny island of Ladigue. Ladigue is thought by many to be the world's most beautiful island, and there is enormous pressure for tourist development. The black paradise flycatcher relies on the woodland and marshes of Ladigue for its food source. The loss of the trees and wetlands to development was a major factor in the reduction of numbers. There are only about 70 of these beautiful birds left. A reserve was established to act as a core breeding area, and now the flycatcher is spreading across the whole plateau of the island. A government visitors centre helps to raise local awareness and pride in the bird that has become a symbol for the island. Part of the Seychelles conservation strategy is to allow their endangered birds to recover in their natural habitat. As with Cousin and the brush warbler, here on Ladigue, Seychellois rangers monitor the bird's progress. The name verve is French for widow, and it takes its name from the male of the species. This is the female. Only the blue rim around the eyes is common to both the male and female. While it is a relatively common sight flying around the reserve area, the male has never before been filmed at the nest. The Seychellois are rightly proud of their conservation achievements.
I think we have something to learn from the rest of the world. But what the world can learn from us is this kind of stewardship of our environment. We have been close to our environment, unlike an urban dweller in New York or London or Paris. The environment is very close to the Seychellois. All people in Seychelles live next to a tree, next to the sea, to a river. So I think this kind of closeness to nature is something that has to be learned by the rest of the world.
Although the Seychelles is one of the world's smallest nations, its fight to bring its endemic species back from the brink of eternity should be an inspiration to conservationists the world over. Due south of the Seychelles is another island paradise called Mauritius. It was totally uninhabited until nearly 400 years ago. Its greatest claim to fame is probably the extinct dodo bird. The Mauritians refer to their island as the jewel of the Indian Ocean. Its golden beaches, deluxe hotels, and stunning scenery make it an ideal tourist destination. The Mauritian economy is based on sugarcane. British and French colonists covered the island with the plantations. This has resulted in the decimation of almost all of the island's endemic plant and animal life. As a result of the loss of its natural habitat, Mauritius is now home to the rarest plants and wildlife in the world.
Black River Gorges, they're the only really wild area that we have left on this island. When man first came to Mauritius, nearly 400 years ago, the whole island was covered by luxuriant tropical vegetation. But regrettably, most of it is gone. It has been destroyed for agriculture and for urbanization. And so today, only a tiny, tiny percentage of the island has pristine forest, perhaps only 1%. And most of it is centered around this complex of gorges. an area of only about 50 square kilometers. And it is here we have the world's rarest wildlife, the rarest plants, the rarest birds, the rarest reptiles, and a very, very rare species of fruit bat. So it's a very, very important place. In fact, it's a real paradise for somebody who's interested in endangered species. But what you've got to realize, these are only remnants of what was once a totally remarkable ecosystem. The dodo, which has become a symbol of extinction, disappeared from Mauritius in the 1660s. So you could say that Mauritius has a very special place in human consciousness. It was here that mankind first realized that the wildlife of this world is exhaustible. Up until then, people thought that when something disappeared, it was just around the corner or maybe in another country. But it was on Mauritius we realized what damage we could do to the earth. You can say, quite realistically, that it's here on Mauritius we had the dawning of modern conservation consciousness. And today, we're actually using conservation resources to pull back from the very precipice of extinction some of the world's most endangered species.